There's a popular notion which goes that a person who doesn't have a purpose is half dead. But I want to actually ask, is there really someone out there who is alive that doesn't have a purpose? Absolutely not. Because as far as you are alive, as far as you are a living human being, you have a specific purpose which by you are supposed to live and fulfill. The thing is just that you are just here to discover what you are meant for, what you are supposed to live for and fulfill as a person. Purpose is like a seed given to each and every one to nurture and grow till its full actualization, which is referred to as purpose fulfillment. There are two important aspects of purpose everyone must know, which includes discovering purpose and fulfilling purpose. The first is simple and easy to discover, but the latter can be very hard and can be very demanding. That's why you see a lot of people struggle to fulfill their purpose. The latter is the most important, which is why I want to focus on the latter, which is how to fulfill your purpose, the requirement and the two most important factors to fulfilling purpose. Because it is one thing to know and it is one thing to do. Knowing the aspect of your purpose is one thing, and then living to fulfill it is another aspect. Now, there are actually diverse and different channels, or let me say factors, that can help you fulfill your purpose, but I have summed them up into two basic factors which I'm going to be talking about. First factor into fulfilling your purpose or even discovering it, first is the godly factor. The godly factor is just like someone who gives you an assignment. Someone who gives you an assignment actually knows the answers, actually knows the materials or the tools you need in carrying out this assignment, and that is God Himself. God is the one who created you. He is the one that gives you whatever assignment or purpose you are supposed to live here on earth. And He also is the one that holds the key. He is the one that knows where you are supposed to be, people that are supposed to help you, and where you are supposed to also go to be able to fulfill this assignment. You can see that in the book of Jeremiah 1:5, it says, He even knew thee right in thy womb, even before you were formed, even before you were given birth. He already knew you from the womb. This was God speaking to Jeremiah. This is exactly the same faith with us. He knows everything about you even before you were given birth, even before you came into this world. The people and everything you are supposed to do, the life you are supposed to live, you already knew. So if you are living life, you are pursuing purpose, you want to discover it, He is the right man that holds the key and the map to your purpose, and also how to fulfill it. Not just that He knows it and He will help you to discover what you are supposed to live for or the purpose, but He's also going to provide every necessity of what you need to fulfill or carry out this assignment. You can see this in the book of John 14:13, through His promises, which He has said that if you ask anything in His name, He will answer you. Now, if you are striving to live in purpose, then if you rely on this scripture, this is going to help you, holding Him by His promises, to ask to fulfill everything and give you what you need in fulfilling and carrying out this assignment. If you are very willing and very intentional about discovering and fulfilling your purpose, then you must capitalize on the godly factor by also invoking the power in the scripture John 14:13 to ask, so that God will actually unveil and help you discover your purpose and also fulfill it. The second important factor when it comes to fulfilling your purpose is you submitting to knowledge, seeking knowledge, submitting to men who has knowledge that you seek and will need in fulfilling your purpose, your discovered assignment in life. Earlier, I mentioned about purpose being like a seed which you must nurture. Now, talking about you watering a seed, knowledge is just like that water now. It's just like a catalyst. It's like a ladder for you to nurture and grow and climb up to that height of purpose which God has bestowed and prepared for you. Knowledge will take you to places. Knowledge will empower you to fulfilling that purpose God has given to you. Now, this knowledge spreads across spiritual knowledge, financial knowledge, time management knowledge, and even social knowledge. But after discovering your knowledge, the importance of discovering your knowledge is that it is going to help you know the kind of knowledge you are supposed to seek, people you are supposed to seek that knowledge from, and places you are supposed to seek that knowledge from. You can't just be anywhere. That is why it is very important to discover it. After discovering you, then you know the kind of knowledge that will empower you, that will help you to fulfilling that purpose. Talking about the importance of seeking knowledge in fulfilling your purpose, you can look at the account of Luke 2 verse 46. You can see that Jesus Christ, when he was 12 years old at the temple, his parents were looking for him. You can see that at the end of the day, they went and discovered that Jesus Christ was at the temple. Maybe for that 3 days now, that is where Jesus Christ was seeking knowledge, listening to the teachers. If you read the account, you will see that what he speak, when he was talking, he was asking questions. They were very astonished and very surprised and amazed at the level of his knowledge. You can see that Jesus Christ was wise enough to know that yes, knowledge was needed for his journey. That's why he went ahead to humble himself and sit, even though he was a supernatural being, but still yet he knows the power of knowledge. You can see that even in the book of Proverbs 8:10, Proverbs 18:15, and Proverbs 12:23, you will see that knowledge is one important factor in these scriptures, that it references knowledge as a very crucial factor. Therefore, you can't skip knowledge, or you can't run away from knowledge if you desire to actually fulfill your purpose. Let me also cite a practical example for you. If you know the book Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, or you also know the book which is titled The Richest Man in Babylon, you will relate to the importance of seeking knowledge. You can see in that book, The Richest Man in Babylon, a man named Kobe, and then one of the richest man whom he went to with Kobe and his friend went to seek knowledge for a man named Akkad, because they have suffered and toiled and goes to learn just to make it, because they see the good whereby the richest men were living the life they were living and the things they have. They desired it, but not using strength, they were not getting what they wanted, till they went to seek knowledge. Him and his friend, they went to sit at the feet of this old man who shared his rich knowledge of how to be able to attain financial freedom and build their financial lives. If you are yet to read this book, you should get this book and be able to understand a lot about financial knowledge. Knowledge is one important factor to fulfilling your purpose. There are different ways in which you can gather knowledge. One of them is through quality books related to your purpose, or in diverse ways whereby they can give you knowledge and help foster your journey in life. Another way you can also acquire knowledge is through attending social gatherings, or attending online classes or trainings, or signing up for a coach, a personal coach, or a mentor who can be able to help you gather knowledge in the aspect you need. Attending social gatherings can also expose you to a lot of knowledge and brainstorming. You can be able to ask questions, or even belonging to groups, whether online or offline, whereby you can be exposed to a lot of knowledge you are supposed to actually know and help you through your journey in life. Purpose is a lifetime assignment whereby you must be committed and sacrifice a lot to fulfill. If you are not ready to commit to the process, you might hinder yourself from fulfilling that purpose which God has given you, the assignment which you are supposed to carry out. And at the end of your life, you are supposed to give account of how you live that life, that seed that was given to you, whether you make it go dead or you make it profitable to yourself and to the world at large. In conclusion, I want to cite a quote by the popular leadership coach and founder of Botany Leadership Academy, Linus Okori. He usually said in most of his programs or most of his speaking engagements, if a man doesn't have a purpose for waking up, sleeping becomes interesting. This is a call for you not to live a life out of purpose. I believe this message helps you be able to know how to walk and find yourself living and fulfilling your purpose. Remain blessed and watch out